How to get a validation for the work that you're doing. You'd have to tell yourself there are only few ways to get a validation. Do you want to get a validation from only few people, or you would want to get a validation from hundreds of thousands of people? If you're trying to get a validation from as many people as you want, then you'd have to start making your work public, right? You'd have to tell yourself you are going to be doing the work that you've been doing, and find a platform, find a way to start making your ideas or your work or your creation in front of the people that you really want to get feedback from. And in modern world, the best way to reach out to the individuals that you want is by making a video. You might have thought that making a video is super complex, but it's not. Either you are going to create a video and get as validation as fast as possible, or either you're going to be waiting years and years just to get your ideas out there in front of a couple of people. And suppose you put your ideas in front of a couple of people that you think are subject matter expert. They are going to give you their personal opinion, right? And their ideas, the way that they got into the industry was 20, 30, 40 years ago. And the feedback that they are giving to you is from 20, 30, 40 years ago. You're not getting a feedback from the individuals who are updated in the current trend. The world is so evolving that there is a trend. Every week, every month, every year, there's a new trend going on, right? Suppose you are in a creative space, and if you're making a design, if you're doing the work that is related more to a creative a design vertical, and if you are getting a feedback from individuals who specialize into their skill set 20 years ago, but they are barely keeping themselves updated, they're busy in their work, they're professors, and it might not work in current world. So what you have to do is you'd have to start putting your work out there in a public space where people would have access to your work, and people would be able to see the work. There are going to be tons of people who would be doing similar things like you are doing, and you are going to get feedback super fast, right? The way for you to get really good than everyone else is by putting yourself in this loop where you are doing tons of iteration and you're putting your work in a public space, and people are giving you a feedback, and you're going through the feedback, and you're incorporating those feedback, and you're improving, right? And the better you're going to get, the better it is. The only way for you to get really good at a certain skill set is by putting yourself in that cycle, by accepting that the feedback that people have provided, and moving really fast, right? That's how these amazing startup move. That's how they would get to a point where they are getting billions in funding, millions in funding. They would put themselves in front of the potential customers and investors, and they incorporate those feedback really fast. And this is one of the way for you to validate the work that you've done. Either it is the quality of the work or just the work that you've done. People would say that you're moving in the right direction, or people are going to let you know that you are not moving in the right direction, and you could start correcting your course really fast. And I guess the best way to validate the work is still by making your work public, making a video of it, and doing a verbal explanation, showing your face and smiling and letting the people know that you really appreciate the feedback that they are going to give you in advance.